Le changement, c'est maintenant.
It was his main promise during the 2012 presidential campaign. Change is now. François Hollande wanted to be an anti-austerity president, a normal leader who would bring together France. In other words, he was to be everything that his predecessor, Nicolas Sarkozy, wasn't. Fast forward 5 years, and Hollande is now the least popular president since the Second World War. His approval rating has dropped from about 55% 5 years ago to just 16% today. But has François Hollande's presidency been all that bad? A few months after taking office, the French president made this promise.
We must reverse the unemployment curve by the end of next year. This is part of our plan to put the French economy back on its feet by 2014.
Unemployment is now at a 4-year low of 9.7%, but job creation has been slow, and France still has one of the highest jobless rates in Europe. This despite efforts by Hollande's government to slash labour costs and facilitate hiring and firing. Two measures which have been highly controversial and prompted mass protests across the country. François Hollande had more luck with his social policies. He legalised gay marriage and gay adoption as promised in 2013, a measure spearheaded by then Justice Minister Christiane Taubira, which was hailed by left-wing voters as a major step forward towards equality. But it also left the country deeply divided and saw hundreds of thousands of Catholics take to the streets in defence of traditional values.
We simply support the rights of every child to have a father and a mother, because we don't want them to lose their bearings. We won't give up.
Security was also a major issue throughout François Hollande's presidency. The wave of terrorist attacks that hit France in 2015 and 2016 claimed over 200 lives and called for an immediate response from the president. A state of emergency was declared after the November 13th attacks in 2015, giving French police and intelligence services extra powers to investigate and question suspected terrorists.
La France est en guerre.
France is at war. What happened on Friday night in Paris and near the Stade de France is an act of war.
François Hollande has often been described as a hawkish president. France intervened in northern Mali in 2013 to drive out jihadists and secure the mineral-rich Sahel region, and joined the US-led coalition against the Islamic State group in Iraq and Syria a year later. One of the key achievements of Hollande's administration was to secure a historic agreement to curb global carbon emissions at the COP21 conference in Paris in December 2015.
The Paris Climate Agreement has been adopted.
François Hollande had hoped to run again in this year's election, but he announced he would not stand for a second term last year for fear of not gathering enough support. He's the first French president not to seek re-election.